my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nightingale. I do Get Ready With Me's unboxing, crafty content, or video games. If any of that sounds interesting to you, I'd love it if you'd hit that like and follow. I also do a quarterly giveaway that right now is valued at $250 that will be running until Thanksgiving. This is not going to be a giveaway video, but there are quite a few of them if you watch my past longer form videos that aren't diamond painting or gaming. If the giveaway keeps growing at this rate, it's going to be worth about $400 by the time I give it away. Maybe even $500. I don't know that I'm going to keep going like that, but it's a pretty big giveaway, so get in or get out. Alright, so today I'm trying something slightly different. In the past, I've kind of just made this up as I go along, and that's all well and good. But yesterday I saw an eyeshadow look, and I forget who I saw it on, but it was one of my YouTubers I watch on a regular basis, and she had the prettiest, most feminine, gorgeous pink eyeshadow look. And I don't do feminine, super, like, girly, very much, very often, or very well, in my opinion. But I have decided I want to do something very feminine and very light today, so wish me freaking luck. That's all I can say about that, is wish me freaking luck. So to start with, I am not going to put foundation on. I'm just using the She Mystic Moods primer, which actually works remarkably well. Got a little too much on my hand there. This is the second time I've used it as a primer slash hydration, because I've been going for a more natural look this weekend. Don't ask me why. I would like a mirror though. Might help. Instead of trying to look in the camera. I guess because I'm at the point where I've kind of mastered what I do, what I usually do, and it's time to start venturing out and learning other things. Not because there's anything wrong with my normal look, but just because I want to have diverse skills. I want to be able to adjust. And maybe some makeup looks I haven't tried, I can borrow things from or take things from to enhance my regular appearance. I don't know. I've just never tried a lot of these, and I'm curious how different I will look with different color stories and different trials of things. I got up at 7:30 and I think it's like 9 o'clock now. So I guess that's not that early, but it feels early. I can't explain it. I'm really enjoying the Milk Blur Stick as kind of like a secondary foundation-y thing. It does blur out, because there are some freckles I have that we have to just be honest, they're not freckles, they're birthmarks. They're large. They are a different color than my other freckles. Because like this is a freckle. And it blurs out. Over here, that's a discoloration. Because it's not regularly shaped. And my mom had the exact same discoloration, only on the other side of her cheek, which I find hilarious. My mom and I are twins. So I actually don't mind that little spot that much. But, you know. Okay, so if we're doing something very light and feminine, we have to start with a very light and feminine blush. And these Rhodile blush drops, I don't know what she did, but it sounded like something dropped, which means I probably should worry. Anyways, these Rhodile blush drops are so gorgeously light and like watercolorish. I absolutely love them. They really do make your face just look like a bit of watercolor was brushed on it. And I'm keeping the blush very, very high because that's a little more girly. And I'm not gonna do contour at all. I'm gonna do highlighter, but no contour. But yeah, the more like glowy pink look, I really like it. Ezzy has all the zoomies. And I am so excited to see what I can do with this. I do want to actually try the Unicorn Elixir again. I went way too heavy with it the first time. And we're just going to put a few dots of it rather than like go ham on it. But it did provide an almost ethereal color last time, which is what we're going for. We're going for young and unicorn and princess and glowy and somewhat subtle, which is not my strong suit. But you can see this adds a lot of shine without looking just like crazy. It just kind of looks like I have a glow. Now I am gonna go in, and rather than go in with he who must not be named. All right, so we're going in with my Tarte Shape Tape stick. And I definitely want to aid the under eyes a little bit because I am old and I do have bags under my eyes. So we're just gonna blend it in a little bit. That also helps keep some of the shine away from the actual eyes and down where I want it, while still lightening around the eyes, which is what I need. I just don't need like glowing under eyes because I think that highlights the dark bags. I want those skin colored. Ooh, how did I mess that? Let's go back in and blend that a little better. Okay, now I have been using, I do want to set this. So I'm using my Shiseido translucent loose powder to do that. I walked over to go yell at Jazz because I heard my chair moving in there, and it wasn't Jazz, it was Ezzy. Okay, so let's bake a little bit. I'm not gonna worry about covering my whole face in powder. I just want to soften the cheeks a little bit. So we're gonna let that set while I figure out what the heck we're doing with these eyes. Because truth be told, I don't have just a ton of pinks. Yeah, none of these look like what I'm going for. I'm pretty sure my P. Louise has what I want. Okay, so I have a truly specific look in mind for this today, which is why I have like 18 palettes out right now, because none of them are exactly what I want, but all of them are close to what I want. So we're gonna see if I can make anything but close to what I have in my head. Probably not, but let's give it a good shot. This is gonna build off of a very light pink, and parts of it are gonna go even lighter and parts of it are gonna go darker. But let's start with, I think we'll start with Bake It a Good One from my P. Louise Sprinkle of Wishes palette, which was her birthday palette this year. And we're just gonna start in the crease. I wanna make sure I get that foundation really packed in there, because this is the start of everything. But I don't know, I've been kind of thinking a lot over the last week about who I'm presenting myself as and who I want to present myself as, and realizing that it is like totally fine to confuse the hell out of people. It doesn't matter. What matters is I'm finally getting to be any aspect of me that I want to be. So explore, have fun. Don't get trapped in the same old thing. There's just a new trap that's slightly different than my old one. That's silly. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go from this dark pink. I want to do a lighter like touch of sparkle on the inside, but I need to kind of lay that foundation. So I'm going in with Cravings, which is the lighter pink from the P. Louise palette, and we're just going to hit the inside of the eyes there, just to lighten it up. It's not a significantly different color. It's just a little bit lighter than the pink we were working with. And I don't know if I should be going dark to light or light to dark, but this is what I'm doing because it's how I know what my next color I need is, because we're totally making this up as we go. And pink is not usually a color of eyeshadow that I truly love on myself, but I'm doing the best I can here to replicate something that looked so beautiful on somebody else that I just had to try it, or try my version of it, because it's not going to be exactly the same. I don't have the same makeup she does. I'm not the same skin color. like everybody has slight variations. So I'm curious what this MAC pink is going to do. Nothing that I like, so we're gonna quit that right now. So for the middle of my eye, I'm gonna go with Dreams into Reality, which is kind of the more regular pink. And we're gonna finish out from the middle of the eye out with that. Now, all of this is pretty much just a base layer because one, we're gonna blend the fire out of it, and two, it's going to have sparkles. It's me, you knew it was gonna have sparkles. But the sparkles are going to be lighter than the color they are going over, so that it will kind of mute that, but also like they'll kind of meet in the middle. And that's more what I'm wanting. So let's see what our current color palette shading thing is going to look like. Okay, I feel like my bright pink kind of disappeared. So we're going to go back in with it, bring a little bit more of that pigment up, and try blending again. That's more of a smooth transition while maintaining the pink pigment, I think. Now, I'm obviously going to clean it up a little bit. So for the colors of pink, I think I am leaving P. Louise behind for now. Haven't decided about Lorella yet, but I'm going to go in with the Lithe Nova, which is a white iridescent, and just do a hit of that in the center of my eye. Just a little bit, kind of fanning out. And now I'm going to go in with, I think we're going to go in with a little bit of Flower Child from Lorella. Just going to pick up from where the silver left off and go halfway. Want my hands on my pants because they're old pants. Now I'm going to go in with that Positivity. And it's going to hit from the halfway on a little bit. It's a little more of a stronger, mauvier pink. There we go with that. And then I really think, like I was debating ending up with this PDA or going in with the black. You know what? I'm not doing either. I'm doing Big Ego from the Tarte 25. We're going to keep this whole look pink. Just an ombre of pink. So now we're going to go in with our super soft blender to not knock off as much of this glitter as possible. But just make it a smooth blendy transition. That's almost exactly what I had in my head. Almost. I need a little more of the Nova here. I think I'll do just a little bit there as well. And now go in with my super soft one more time. We're gonna do our last thing, our big trick. Grab my least favorite palette that's only good for one thing. And it's not even the only palette I have that's good for this. I hate this palette by Beauty for Certain. But I go in with my skin tone and just kind of soften up that top so that it kind of blends easier into my skin and it's not such a harsh transition. It just gives me a little extra control to shape, which I really like and appreciate. And since I haven't brushed off the powder yet, I had a landing pad for my spill out because trust me, I'm gonna have spill out. If anybody is gonna have spill out, I'm gonna have spill out. Time to finish up. Hopefully before my battery dies. I'm gonna brush off the excess Shiseido. So it just kept a little bit to tame down the Rhodile. Now we're gonna go in and I'm gonna go in with my very lightest, we're gonna go in with the Tarte Blushing Bride, which is one of my favorites, even though it's a little lighter than I usually prefer to go. But I bought it for my wedding just because I liked the name. Had nothing at all to do with the color. But this is the blush I wore at on my wedding day. And it is pretty subtle. It's very youthful and, you know, Blushing Bride. So I love that, although I am going to top it at the backs with a little bit of my Ofra. Just adding a little bit darker shade here, because doing that makes my face look a little bit skinnier. Not much, but a little bit, and I will take a little bit. Okay, now for highlighter, I'm gonna go with the Belle light pink. Because again, we already hit it with that mermaid that's gonna be pretty reactive. So I don't wanna go in with any crazy colors. It's gonna just make it stand out more. That one tends to be very iridescent, so it doesn't need much help shining more. But you can see from the lights, it reflects light a lot. I just want to remind you, I'm using LED lights. This is not daylight. But yeah, there we go. A little bit of that. Let's get our eyeshadow, or our mascara. I might at some point actually need more mascara. Like, I feel like at some point that's going to be a thing. I'm going to try a slightly different order to try to get some extra length on these. So I'm starting with the Tarte tubing mascara, which is amazing. Usually I use the Benefit Fan Fest as my foundation, but just for, you know, funsies, let's try a slightly different order. And then let's go over it with the Kat Von D, which is a little bit thicker, and I'm almost out of, honestly. This was also wedding makeup, and since we just this month celebrated our 3-year anniversary, it's about done. You shouldn't keep mascara longer than 6 months, I think they say, after you open it. I obviously don't follow that rule. I'm also the only person who uses my makeup, and I'm pretty good about cleansing. Okay, so that's about as long as we're gonna get those. I wanna try one more. I wanna do one more just to see. I'm not gonna use my Benefit though, because I feel like that would be overkill. Let's try the new little one we got that's diamond mascara. I don't know, it came with a thing. It's not a name brand, it's like a dollar store brand, but let's just see what one more layer does. It definitely gives false eyeshadow length. That's pretty dang awesome. It's really been fun playing with all of these different makeup things. No clumping now, no clumping. But yeah, this combination definitely gives false eyelash. I can see my eyelashes, which is unusual because I do not have that long eyelash. All right, and last thing, I want to go in with a lipstick that is dainty. Okay, I'm just saying, this lip gloss smells. Is it the plumping one? It is, okay. It has a smell to it, and it's not a pleasant smell, but it's not necessarily like a something wrong smell either. I don't know. I'm not liking it. But that's fine. I do want slightly more color than this. I think I'm gonna go in with my Violet FR Lip Nectar. It's got a little more color, but it's still gonna stay in that pretty pink family. Okay, so let's see the final look, shall we? Just brush my hair out. My bangs are doing a thing, and I don't know what to do about the thing, and this hairbrush is busted all the heck. I'm about to need a new hairbrush. I finally used up a hairbrush. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. I know my hair looks wonky right now. Since I'm wearing pink, I need to be nice and girly. I feel like this makes me more girly. So what do we think? Can I pull off a very soft, feminine pink look? I don't know. I like it. It doesn't look exactly how I pictured, and it doesn't look exactly like the person that I was copying, but I think it looks pretty nonetheless.